Good morning and welcome to Miss Rhodey. And today I will be discussing protecting your brain, managing trauma dumping in your comments section. Dumping. Trauma dumping is the act of sharing deeply personal and traumatic experiences without considering the listener's emotional readiness or consent. And consent, that's a very important part of it. Often occurs in casual conversations, public forums, or online spaces. So, what inspired me to do this presentation is a situation I came across a couple of days ago. I was researching on the internet self-publishing. So I decided to go to YouTube and I saw, a video about self-publishing and I'm looking at the video. And I just, how you just naturally scroll down to the comments to see what everyone else is saying. And the first comment that I see was a comment where one of the viewers was basically stating how she wanted to write about, a personal experience, but she went into detail and it was a traumatic experience. And it was something that was alarming, it was shocking, and I and none of the other viewers, I believe, was like prepared for that because we're just trying to watch a video about how do you self-publish a book. So that comment was the top comment because it had so many reactions because it was so jarring. And it had to have at least 100 comments underneath. So I didn't even get to watch the rest of the video, and I have yet to watch the rest of that video because every time I think about it, I just think about that one comment and how traumatic it was. So this can really, really hurt a person's brain because it shifts your focus. Instead of you focusing on the video, that comment is just stuck in your mind that you saw. Key characteristics. So one of the top characteristics is it's unsolicited sharing. So no one, it's not like it's a video where you're asked, okay, share your experiences, where you're talking about a particular topic and you're asking for experiences. A lot of times the comment has nothing to even do with the video. I'm very sure you all may have saw videos of, let's say, something cute like cute fluffy puppies, and then someone leaves a comment about something tragic that happened to their puppy or something of that nature. So it's often unsolicited. It's a lack of boundaries, people not respecting boundaries and what you should say and what you should not say. And it causes emotional overload for listeners. Because just like I said, I was done after I read that comment. I could not even continue watching the video. So we want to dwell into why do people engage in trauma dumping? So these are some of the reasons: seeking validation and connection. So unfortunately, we live in a society that's becoming more and more socially isolated because technology is good. It's good in most aspects, but it can also keep us, you know, indoors and not out and not socializing like we used to. So some people, they're facing what I read, a lonely epidemic. So sometimes they're seeking validation and connection, so they'll share what's troubling them in their life. These people, they can remain anonymous, so they don't have the online platform allows you not to fear judgment. It may cause you not to even seek counseling because you don't have to be afraid of people judging you because no one sees who you are. unprocessed trauma. So a lot of people, they're dealing with unprocessed trauma. They're dealing with emotions that hasn't fully processed. Attention seeking and trolling. So some people are just trolls. Some people, they just thrive off of negativity. So they may just leave trolling comments on every video because you have those type of people out there. Or you have people that they're not trolls, they just seek attention. They don't have attention in their real life. So they will seek to have the attention on them. How it can affect your brand. It can cause audience discomfort and alienation. Sharing traumatic experiences without warning can overwhelm viewers, making them uncomfortable and less likely to engage with your content in the future. So like I said, like that comment that was on that self-publishing video, it was so traumatizing. I did not even finish the video. I was just so done. How it can affect your brain. Community atmosphere degradation. Unfiltered trauma stories can make your comment section feel heavy and negative, discouraging new viewers and harming the supported atmosphere of your community. So it could just shift your comment section, and you don't want your brand to become something that's associated with negativity because there's unchecked comments. Because we know that, yes, we live in a world that's can be globally traumatizing, just the things that we experience on a daily basis, even if it doesn't directly impact us. Just seeing what's going on overseas can be traumatizing. So we know that we live in a, a world that's news spread fast. Um, we're exposed, and a lot of times we're desensitized because we see so many traumatic things on the news. We're desensitized, and that's how people can easily share, what's happening to them. However, we just want to, make sure we as professionals, we as content creators, um, people that's engaging in commerce, especially online commerce, that we don't allow this to shift the focus or negatively impact our brain. How it can affect your brand image, and perception. So we want to have a perception of trust. And when we allow unmoderated trauma dumping, it can make our brand seem insensitive, damaging your reputation and making collaborations harder. So let's say a brand wants to collaborate with you. However, they just notice that you just let the comment section take a life of its own, that you don't moderate it. And of course, you may not get every comment. However, you want to make sure, that's something you want to be aware of. Potential legal and ethical concerns. So when I was researching this, I didn't know about the potential legal concerns. I knew it's not ethical, but basically, sharing detailed trauma stories without warning can raise ethical issues and even lead to legal problems, especially if it hurts vulnerable people. So there's something called social media mental health lawsuits. So especially if someone is engaging, they came across something on social media that like really damaged them mentally and emotionally, and it wasn't checked, it wasn't it wasn't checked, it wasn't addressed properly, and it led to, some type of bodily harm or emotional distress. That can be a legal concern, or it could be a legal concern if it got into defamation, because sometimes in the comment sections People when they're just venting their frustrations, they might start naming names saying this person did such and such. So it can cause, defamation. So that can, lead to a lawsuit. So you have to really be careful. What should I do if trauma dumping occurs in my comment section? So what should you do? Well, one thing I do is I moderate comments. So what you want to do is you want to employ moderation tools to review comments before they become public, ensuring that content aligns with your community guidelines and does not include inappropriate trauma dumping. So you want to just make sure your comments are where you can moderate them, where you can read them first, because you can filter that out. Establish clear community guidelines. So if you notice that you're making videos, you're promoting your brand, you're trying to sell your products, or you may just be a content creator that's just, creating content. And you're noticing that there's trauma dumping and things of that nature occurring in your comment section. You may want to, say in your videos before you even get started, clearly outline acceptable behavior in your comment section, specifying that while sharing experiences is welcome, be mindful of what you write. And it's a shame that we have to police people like this, but in this day and age, a lot of people they it's like they lack tact and decorum. And a lot of times it's the lack of boundaries. They don't know what's appropriate and what's not appropriate. And we also have this thing where we know we have freedom of speech and everything, and we think that it means we could just freely just let loose and say whatever. However, it's it's the context, and you have to really remind people to be mindful of the things that they write. Provide resources. So if you see that trauma dumping, if you see that trauma dumping is occurring in your comment section, provide resources, especially if you're going to do a video that addresses a sensitive topic, because some videos you can kind of expect there to be trauma dumping if you're sharing something that's that's sensitive. You want to provide resources. You want to offer links to professional support resources directing individuals to appropriate channels for sharing and processing their experiences. However, because you don't want, people to, especially if your topic is something sensitive, you don't want them just, you know, carrying on in the comment section. Encourage constructive engagement. So what you want to do is foster a community culture that promotes positive interactions, such as asking questions, sharing insights related to the video topic, and supporting fellow viewers in a respectful manner. So in conclusion, by taking these steps, you can maintain a healthy and engaging environment for your audience, protecting both their well-being and your brand's integrity. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and just share your tips and tricks, especially when it comes to dealing with trauma dumping. You can share those in the comment section. Thank you and have a great day.